All social engineering ultimately has to do with humans. But let's talk about the ones where we're interacting directly with a person. So the stages, I have evaluated and chosen a target. I've assessed the organization's susceptibility to attack and their awareness of cybersecurity. I will then make up a lie or a partial truth to get a victim to believe the lie. It's called pretexting. I will manipulate them psychologically. I'll exploit their human decision-making process to create the attack or to make the attack effective. I'll build a relationship and trust with the victim, and I'll motivate the victim to take action. Now, here are some of the motivation techniques. Authority. This is the FBI. This is the IRS. This is General so-and-so on a military base. This is the help desk. This is the CEO. People are likely to obey authority figures. So authority is one. Scarcity. Hurry, quick, this is going to end soon. People attach value to things that are uncommon. Urgency, also with the hurry, quick. People are given a small amount of time to make a decision. Social proof. People want to conform within a group or to believe a so-called vendor. So like there was a sort of a fun social proof experiment where they had a bunch of people, a bunch of actors get in an elevator with a guy. And so this poor guy, he's by himself in an elevator. He's a real user. A bunch of people come in, and you know, and sort of the unspoken protocol in elevators is people tend to face the front door, right? They tend to face the door. Well, everybody was facing the back, not looking at him, just facing the back. After a moment, the guy turned around and also faced the back, just because he felt the social pressure, even though no one said a word. That's called social proof. But in social engineering, that could also be, I am a vendor. Not really. I'm a vendor. Can't you see the t-shirt? Yeah, I'm a vendor. Or I am something that you should be trusting. Likeness. People are more likely to trust those who seem friendly and accommodating or seem to belong to their group, seem to belong to their company, seem to belong to their tribe, seem to belong to be one of them. Or fear. People will do irrational things to remove fear. Like they're being threatened with a lawsuit. Of course, it's phony, so they pay. Or they're being threatened because you forgot to pay some little thing 10 years ago, and we're going to come after you and throw you in jail. So they pay because they're afraid. These are motivating techniques. So for human-based social engineering, when you're face-to-face, you could shoulder surf or eavesdrop, look over people's shoulders, just listen in. You could impersonate. You're probably going to impersonate. You could, not really interacting with the person directly, but go through their trash, dumpster diving. Or you could do piggybacking or tailgating, which basically is as they go into a door in a restricted area, they hold the door open for you. And you could go in pretending to be either a vendor or somebody with your arms full of stuff, or you pretend to be one of them and they just don't know who you are. And so they're holding the door open for you. Or you could do some kind of reverse psychology. So these are for the human-based, face-to-face, or at least non-technical social engineering. With impersonation, I'm pretending to be someone I'm not really. Most social engineering is impersonation-based. What we rely on is the target cannot identify that we're an attacker. We pretend to be a help desk worker. And as a help desk worker, as a phony help desk worker, I'm calling the employee, telling them that, hey, we're rebuilding the database. We need them to change their password. Or there's some kind of bogus error. We need them to do something. Or we're the bank account, we're about to lock their account, or we're going to lock their PayPal account, or we're going to lock their Facebook account unless they log in again. It's more effective if it's face-to-face, but you can do it on the phone. Because people can be duped if you are professional looking, if you seem intelligent. An employee is less likely to question this type of imposter because they don't know what this person either really should look like, or they're wearing things that make it look like they're legitimate. They're wearing the vendor's shirt. They look like they're official. Deception tactics. This is the mechanism in social engineering. We create fear, trust, or whatever to encourage a victim to reveal something they would not normally reveal. So for example, I'm a fellow employee, I'm struggling, I need help. I'm an authority figure from the law, and I'm threatening arrest or legal penalties. I'm a new employee, or I'm an IT person, and I need you to do something, especially to help yourself. I'm a vendor, or I'm a manufacturer warning about a security vulnerability, and here's the fix, so please install it. I'm a customer trying to reset their password. I'm a coworker using maybe insider language so you think I'm a coworker, even though you've never seen me before. Hey, I'm from that other location. But I'm using sort of the jargon, the lingo that's used so that you think I'm one of you. And I'm asking you to help me. I'm a friend or I'm a relative asking for help. Hey, Grandma, is that Janie? So I love this one, So it's like you answer the phone and you hear this kid saying, Grandma? Well, Grandma is automatically going to say the name of their grandchild, right? Is that Janie? Yeah, it's me, Janie. I'm stuck, da-da-da-da. Can you wire me money? Tell this whole sob story. And since Grandma has not been communicating a whole bunch with the grandchild, they just automatically believe. Or I get this one now and then from a colleague. Supposedly the colleague is at a conference in the UK. I'm stuck, my passport was stolen, my wallet was stolen. Can you wire me some money real quick? Not. So anyway, you get things like that, you validate. You don't just call back that number, you validate another way. Or they could be a vendor or a creditor demanding an overdue payment. These are all deception tactics that are common in impersonation. Or we could offer something that you don't need. I could be distributing malware, but it's disguised as free media. So here's a free MP3. I could be offering to help if a problem occurs. Here's my card, just call me in case this occurs, and then I'll force that thing to actually happen later on. And people will go, where's that card again? I could send false pop-up windows asking for credentials. I could send emails with infected attachments. I could post links to malicious sites on social media. I could plant infected physical media, USB sticks, in a workstation or in a parking lot. Elicitation. This is the process of collecting or acquiring data from human beings. It's different from gathering information about the human beings. We're gathering it from the human beings. People may themselves provide key insights that provide knowledge that only the particular person would know. So this is an approach we used in social engineering. Types of elicitation. We could just make a request, we could interrogate, we could send out surveys, or we could just flat out observe. Business email compromise, which is a type of phishing, uses elicitation. It's very common to ask for a cash transfer to a bogus bank. Shoulder surfing, another type of social engineering. We're observing the target's behavior without them realizing it. So we're watching them from a distance, or we're looking over their shoulder, or we're using a phone that is across the room recording their pin patterns and their key swipes and stuff. So the target is sitting at their computer, they're working or they're typing, and we're able to see what's on the screen, or we're able to see the keys that are being pressed. It's not always literally looking over someone's shoulder. We could have planted a camera, or we could have our phone use the camera across the room. Anyway, it's used against the individual. We could leave something without anyone's knowledge, and so that we can spy on them, shoulder surfing. Tailgating. This is a type of attack where an attacker slips in through a secure area while following an authorized employee. The employee is unaware that someone is right behind them, so the door takes a while to close. So they go in, they badge themselves in, they open the door, and they're just walking along. They don't notice that you quickly catch the door and go in because you've been quiet enough. They're not looking over their shoulder as they're walking to their place. That's tailgating. So the employee enters a facility using an access card. They don't look back to see if anyone's following. They let the door shut itself, because it will. But the unauthorized person has quickly put their foot in or grabbed the door before it fully shuts. Piggybacking is similar to tailgating, but in this case, the target knows that someone's behind them. They're holding the door open for you. Maybe they know the attacker personally, maybe they're an accomplice, or maybe that they're unaware that this person was terminated this morning and should not be allowed in, or maybe they think they're a legitimate vendor or visitor. And often they don't know the attacker, but they think it's courteous because they think it's a business associate or a vendor, so they'll hold the door open for them. So, using social engineering to assist the attack, we need to get the end user to do something so we can carry out the attack. Very often, especially with end user machines, because they're not listening on too many services, so we can't do like a network attack, we need to get the end user to help us unwittingly. So we'll send them an infected PDF, an infected Office document, an infected video, and we'll send it by email or some other way. We'll scatter infected USB sticks around, and that's all social engineering. We're getting them to open things that they shouldn't open, and then their infected machine comes back to us and makes a connection to us. So we can use social engineering to assist with an attack where we might not otherwise be able to carry out the attack just by ourselves. So the attacker needs to persuade the victim to do something for them. I need you to disable or bypass your security controls. I need you to grant me physical or network access. I need you to create or reset credentials or deliver messages for me, or install software, or authorize a payment, or connect or disconnect something, or reconfigure a system. I need you to do this for me. So all of these are methods in social engineering, human-based social engineering.